It's good to eat lots of food over the holidays. It's just, if you like eating lots of good food and stuff, do it. Do it. Holidays, good time for that. But there's a price. There's a price you pay. Not everybody pays this price, but I pay this price, and it's the price of humongo. You grow a little bit.
Looks like the hammer found a nail. His items flew a mile. What in the world? Dude, he disintegrated into atoms. Why was that so funny? I'm such a jerk. Oh, but it was amazing.
Here we go.
Any day now. You can do it. There we go. Whoa! Dude,
Okay.
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Never saw it coming, did you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I needed it for my episode.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Everybody was curious. I was coming to ask you how you die in your intro.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
But I thought, no, like it's save it for the video.
It's nothing
don't
special.
spoil it.
Instead of doing a static intro where you're just standing there, hey everybody, this is Etho. Look at my Let's Play episode.
Yeah.
I thought I would enter like falling in. Yep. So I had a little bit of a failed intro for this episode. It was a little lame. I was debating if I should use it or not. And then it's like, oh yeah, B-Dubs is online. And he was looking for me and it's like, I'm gonna go pay him a visit and try out our new mace. I've been itching. I got this mace, I crafted it, and it's like I don't want to just store it in my ender chest and never use it. Like, I got to break it in at least once, right? It's a perfect segue as well to talk about, yes, I went trial chamber hunting. I think it took about 15 before I finally got the mace. It was crazy. It took so many hours. I didn't even bother recording near the end. This is like, I'm never getting this thing, right? And then, guess what? Final trial chamber. I ended up getting 3. It's like, oh, all right, I got maces for days now. And I got a bunch of other stuff, of course, while doing that. The big thing is I gathered up a Shulker box of copper, which we're going to need for a project I want to do today. In between looking for the trial chambers, I also stumbled across 2 trail runes that I decided to excavate and look for junk. No, but honestly, they're not a bad source of gravel. Like, if you need gravel, may as well go through one of those things and maybe get a couple smithing templates on the way. And I also decided to hit up 2 ancient cities, mostly for Swift Sneak books, so I would have some backup gear if I ever lost my stuff. But wanted to get some skulk sensors, some shriekers we're going to need for a future project as well. And skulk is definitely needed for the TCG Arena we needed to build, which you can see behind me here. So yeah, lots of skulk went into this build. This was kind of my big off-camera build I did for this episode. I had a 3-day deadline to get this done because Joe Hills wanted to do like a stream weekend where he played some TCG games. It took me actually like 2.5 days to get this done, like from scratch, designing it and all that stuff, building it. It was a bit of a rush job, especially the exterior here, but I think it's acceptable. In the future, if I'm feeling ambitious, I might get rid of all the grass out here and make like a warp versus crimson biome, some kind of alien biome I think would look cool because the green kind of clashes with the build a bit. But yeah, there's a lot of skulk in this build. Not a lot of like detail and stuff on the outside. I know, but I think it's fine. Yeah. But I think the inside's pretty cool. So let's go check that out. So this is also, by the way, based on a lot of the elements from like Azuma's Arena. This is where this TCG sign came from, which I think he also borrowed from Beef's TCG shop. He had something similar. And then the inside here, this is kind of based off of Cub's Pyramid Arena. Same shape kind of thing. But also, I did my own design here. Like we did warp versus crimson style, so we got blue and purple and skulk ceiling in here, but like this board and that was Cub's idea, I'm pretty sure, which I just copied as well. A lot of diamonds went into this build. Those elytra wings, 25 diamonds a pop. And I did diamond beacons just so it would be blue. A little expensive, but I think it's worth it. Azuma's got a trophy ready in case we want to do a tournament. I probably won't do a whole lot of like TCG stuff in my episodes, but it's more of a streaming thing people like to do. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with what TCG is, it's a really cool card game Vintage Beef made last season, similar to like the Pokemon trading card game. But what Beef did is he made maps for the cards, like 128 by 128 maps in the world for each of the cards. There's probably, I would think, maybe close to 100 cards, like an insane amount of work. And he like built hermit cards, and then you power up the hermits with items so that they can do these different attack moves with special abilities. And then you can also get effect cards that add to the abilities or manipulate the board in some way or defend you in some way. And basically you combine all these things together and you get a pretty fun game, which we wanted to import into this season so that we could still play it. Vintage Beef was a little bit busy though, because he's just had a kid in real life, and he's also got some other stuff going on. So Joe Hills took it upon himself to kind of organize everything. And Cub and Cleo made the new Hermits, Joel and Skiz cards. And then Joe Hills, he got all the blank maps together and copied the cards into the game, using real resources from the season, of course. I volunteered to do the arena here so that we could actually have an area to play the game. Also, a bunch of other Hermits helped out with the project in some way, you know, providing resources or whatnot. And it all kind of worked out in the end. It came together. So that was cool. We can play it now if we want to. And one of the big reasons I wanted to do this project actually was because it required like Azuma sending someone his schematic of the redstone. So all the redstone below the floor here, let's go free cam actually, is Azuma's from his original arena that he made in season 9. And someone had to copy it over into the world here. Like I dug the hole and built this, right? The only other experience I have with Lightmatica is like a long time ago, back when it was still called Schematica. I used it in my modded series, and then I also used it in season 9 for rebuilding Battlebane on the server. It's good for like if you already have something pre-designed. But I wanted to try use it for redstone. I was curious if that would make things easier. Like if I ever pre-build something creative and I need to get into the world, is it actually worth using Lightmatica? And I found I didn't really like it because I couldn't figure out how to look in the containers. Like I figured out how to do the layer by layer thing, but I don't know. Maybe I need more experience. I ended up having to like figure out how all the redstone worked and like figuring out like what containers needed stuff in, and yeah, there's a lot of debugging in it. It wasn't really that much faster. So that's kind of how it came together here. We also have a back area over here, a workshop I set up for putting decks together. So like if you want to design a deck, this is where you come. We got all the cards in the barrels that Joe made, all the hermits and stuff up here, and then all the effect cards. There's a lot of them. So you figure out what 42 cards you want to combine together. You make a deck. We got like a crafter here for bundles that you put the cards in. Auto crafter, it resupplies it. And we got some locker space here if you want to drop off your items before you play. We got deck boxes, some instructions on how stuff works, how to put your deck together, backup stuff for resupplying the arena if you need something. The fireworks there for the randomizer, like some of the cards you have to flip a coin to figure out if you win or lose. So that's what this is for. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red. Sometimes it's red. Sometimes it's red. What a world! How hard is it to win like 7 coin flips in a row? There we go. Apparently not that hard. Okay. And then all the redstone above ground here, like the lamps here, the beacons, I set up myself. It's my design. But it's based off of Cub's design for his pyramid because he did something similar with the beacons and the lamps. We also got Cub's startup sound.
TCG. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. TCG, baby, you and me.
It's back, baby. This is how it works when you issue a prize point. You got Cub's sound there as well. The lamp turns on, the beacon turns on, gives you a card. Yeah, and then if you win the game, when you get three points, I set up some fireworks. Aha! and then you have to reset the game over here. And it all shuts off. Pretty cool, right? Anyways, moving on here. So lately we've been doing a lot of stuff in the shopping district. We did the Shady Ease Rockets last episode, and we've been doing Ravager Rush, which ended up being a much bigger project than I intended. But yeah, we're kind of moving past that stuff now, and I'll give you an update on that near the end of the episode. But yeah, I want to get back into working on the base stuff again. So let's do that today. I did get some stuff over here. Remember I mentioned I wanted to try out putting the copper grating in the ceiling here. So we got that going on. I think it's okay, right? It's pretty simple, but you know, this isn't really a fancy area of our base either. It's just like a work area we pass through. I'll probably try decorate it a little bit more. I wanted to check out, what does it look like? Let's go glowberries, and I want to try out the roots as well. So maybe we'll hang up a few of these in places. They contrast well with the copper grate, or else they blend in well if it's this color, right? I think. Maybe a couple of these going on. Try out some glowberries. Maybe. I'm worried it's maybe a bit on the messy side, though, right? We'll live with it for a while. What I'd like to do when I build in this game is just try something, live with it for a few days, and it'll either grow on you, or you'll find out you really hate it, and then you tear it down. We don't have time to cover them all this episode, but I've done a lot of like little gizmos around our base just to make things a little bit more polished, a little nicer, a little more character to things. Like, for example, netherwort farm here. All right, so I also did a little bit of interior work on the base, everybody, and got a little crazy with it. It's a bit Von Sway, a bit experimental. Honestly, it's a bit much to take in at first, but I find I really like it now. So let's check this out and see what you guys think about it. Yeah. All right, where do we begin with this one? So first off, I was trying to make it look like what we did before. Like, we had this built for a while. I wanted to take the reds, the browns, and oranges and all that, bring it over to this part of the base, and then I threw in some yellow just for a highlight, because we want the mail system to stand out, right? Yeah, I don't know. I really like it though now. At first I wasn't so sure, but it's grown on me. I'm doing like forced lighting, or like pixel shading. I don't know how you describe it exactly. I'm trying to make it look like there's a light source around here. So in the middle of the mail system, it's a lot brighter. As you get towards the edges, it fades, right? And same with like on the ground here. You can see it's a little bit brighter here with the stripped oak wood. And the beehives are maybe a little bit dimmer. And then we're doing almost like a color shift towards the reds as we get further away as well. And we go to the jungle wood. There's planks and mushrooms. And yeah, so it kind of looks like it's fading as we get further out here. And it's almost like there's streaks on the ground as well with the wood here, which is kind of cool. We got like glass. Again, we're doing kind of the same trick. Like this is where the light's coming from. So it's orange. It's a bit brighter. And then it fades to red. And it fades to brown. All kind of similar colors, but different degrees, right? Did a frame job on the entryway as well. It makes it a bit more cozy, I think. Yeah, we got some decoration around the door frame now. The glazed terracotta up there. Some plants on the sides. Did a little nook here as well, study area. Maybe shouldn't be by the door. I don't know. I had to put something here. I found the coupon, B-dubs. This got lost in the mail system, and it was in some weird random place, but I found it. Might cash that in one day. And then we got the stairs going up here to the second level, which is not done. Yeah. Again, down here you can see, like, by the light, it's a bit brighter, and then it fades on the edges, and then to the brown in the corners. Even on the stairwell here, I tried to make it look like the light is coming from this direction, right? So I want this side of the stairs to be brighter, and then it fades to the brown kind of thing. So I don't know. Tried it out, and we'll probably try to do at least this layer like this. Like the rest of this, we got to build over here and over here. Again, another one of the gizmos I was talking about. We now have a way out of here, like a second exit. We can go up here. It's like a little secret thing, right? Now I have a way to the back of the base, because it was a bit annoying, I actually found, like to go out the front door and have to walk all the way around whenever I wanted to go back there. So that's cool. Also added like shulker loaders to my creeper farm, my slime farm, because I had to check those every day and empty them out, and it was becoming a big chore. And now I can kind of just leave them for weeks and they're fine. I got a shulker unloader for lava buckets on our furnace array now. You know what? Let's do this actually. I want to get a lifetime supply of lava buckets at the nether here. So I got a bunch of shulker boxes. We're going to fill these up. I'm just going to go for a swim. Hold right click. Very good. Okay, so we got a bunch of fuel loaded into our smelting array. Should be good for quite a while now. So I was looking over here. I think against this wall we might add a brew lab, like a potion brewing system. Would be kind of cool. We're going to need potions for that game I want to make soon. And this would be a good place to do it. Because again, our base, you know, we're trying to make it look nice, but at the core of it, this is my industrial district. Like, this is where I'm farming stuff. So I'm not, like, going to build, like, a fake kitchen or something like that. I need, like, actually practical devices I'm going to use. My go-to lately for a brewing system has been my indie brewer design, which is great if you just need, like, one type of potion brewing infinitely kind of thing. It's great for, like, Ravager Rush, you know, for, like, the instant damage potions I need to dispense at the end of the game kind of thing. But the downside with that brewer is it has a terrible interface. Now, I have an old design from like 10 years ago that has a pretty good interface, and it's pretty simple. It's actually the one where I invented the trailing netherwort trick with, and it still works today, and it's not much has changed with brewing since then. But we have gotten new components and stuff, like we got the lamps now, we got target blocks. So I want to try to take that design and sort of modernize it a bit. For a selection system, like let's say we want to select glowstone from our brewer, I'm thinking we do something like this. This will be full of glowstone dust. You hit the button on the front, right? And then that makes the target block go down. And now this wire will connect to the dropper. And then that's how we choose, yes, I want glowstone dust added to our potion. It shoots in the hopper. And we'll have a chain of hoppers going to the brewing stand. I'm very limited on space here. That's our farm up above there. Free cam for a second. See right there? So either I rip this out and I can build this up higher, or I need to build it down lower, and maybe we get rid of these stairs and just keep it all at this level kind of thing. Yeah, I'm figuring it out. Space is a bit tight here. Oh, snappers. Okay, good thing we went lower with this, because I found out there's water right above. You see it dripping down? That's our lake, actually. If I ripped this out and then discovered that, I would have been very sad. Okay, so I was just working out the position of everything. I think this should be fine. We got our 5 selector panels set up here for the different things we may or may not want to add to each potion. At the end, we got the trailing netherwort, and at the front, this is going to be our variable ingredient. Like if we're brewing invisibility potions, we use golden carrots. If we're brewing speed potions, this will be sugar. Jump potions, rabbit's foot, you know. There's, I think, about 15 to 20 different ingredients you might want in this spot. And we could build a selector panel for all of them as well, but then this is going to get humongous, and I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to manually switch them out when I want to change potion types, and I'll have a barrel nearby with the stuff inside to do that. So since the front and the back one are guaranteed, we don't need a piston for these. We just keep the target block here always. It's always a good idea to have some way of shutting off your auto brewer as well. So I'm going to add a manual shut off on the front here. Basically, if we ever want to shut it off, we just need to lock this hopper above the brewing stand. So for the manual shut off, I'm just going to have a lever on a lamp and then a redstone torch here. So if it's locked right now, the hopper's locked with the torch above and the light is off. If the light is on, it'll be running because this will be unlocked. So we can't actually put a hopper over here for like the blaze powder because it'll suck out the ingredients from there. So I'm going to use a dropper here for the blaze powder instead. And we'll just pulse that every time we do a new brew, a new batch of ingredients. On this side, we're going to have a hopper to deliver water bottles to it. And then we'll pull the brewed stuff out of the bottom with the hopper below, I think. Just thinking about things here. We're going to need to keep this hopper locked by default, which means we don't want our brewed potions to get stuck in there either after each brew. So we're going to have a second hopper underneath to always pull them out, even if it's locked. We want to add our dispenser for the water bottles, like to automatically fill them. That is one big thing that's changed over time. We can autofill bottles and it's amazing. I love it. So we're gonna have a water source here. Let's quickly seal this up. Oh, I don't have any glass. Quickly, Etho. Quickly is the key word here. Okay, we don't want that spilling everywhere, making a mess. Hopper here. up, and then a redstone torch. That's all you need. It's so simple, so easy. It's water already. We can test it out. Perfect. Okay. For this test, I'm just going to lock this hopper for now with a torch, just temporarily, so we can see if this works or not. You want to make sure this is totally filled up with bottles, so keep them supplied somehow. And then to actually trigger it the first time, you just need to break and replace it. And it'll go until it ends up with one left over in here, and then it stops. And then whenever it disappears, it runs again. I don't think many people know how the trailing netherwort trick works. It's a little complicated, actually. I'm going to try to explain it, though. So in our brew here, we want the netherwort at the very end of our ingredient list. So the droppers are going to shoot it into the hoppers all at the exact same time, and then we just use the timing of the hoppers to keep them separated. And we want netherwort last, because it works as a great signifier that we've done processing all the other ingredients, and then we're starting the next batch of potions with that netherwort. If we use something like gunpowder as our signifier, well, then our next batch of potions might not need gunpowder in it, and then that doesn't work out. While netherwort, every potion needs netherwort, is the idea. Now, we detect when this hopper runs out of ingredients, when it's done the batch. Like, the netherwort will be the last thing, and then it goes in, it makes awkward potions, and then it signifies send out the next batch of ingredients, empty out the brewed bottles, put in new bottles. All that stuff needs to happen at that time. If we just left this totally blank and detected when it's totally empty, the problem is if there's 6 different ingredients in the brew, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one will get used up, and then our netherwort will end up in the first slot, and then it'll get processed next. So we need to make sure they go in the right order in here, and we do that by putting exactly 19 items in the second slot here, and then 3 junk items there as well. And that leaves that first slot open. And then we need to detect when that empties. We use a comparator here. We're going to go down, I think, like this. Actually, this might need to be a slab. Let's do a slab here. Yes, I think it does actually, the way I want to do this. Whoop. Okay, and then we're going to go down an extra block here, like so. So this is going to travel a distance of 2. And then we want that to go to the hopper to unlock it, basically. So I think this will need to be set at 3. What we're going to do is run this signal here when we detect we're done the brew to the target block, and then we'll have a redstone torch. This will send the signal to get out the next batch of ingredients. And we also want to trigger this dropper just to shoot out 1 blaze powder in case there's room for it in our brew stand here, so that doesn't run out. And then we also are going to need to control the water bottle flow into the brewing stand. So we want to, I think, keep this locked, right? So this signal will run 2 blocks to a torch as well. And then we'll do 2 repeaters just going into this so it doesn't get interfered with. This always really confuses me. How do you start this thing? I'm gonna keep it locked right now, this hopper. Let's put some blaze powder in here. I put some in here. We'll put our ingredients in just to test this. I think I put this in already. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna leave nothing selected just for the first run. I think I need to start it by putting a netherwort in here. Yes. Okay. So then when we unlock it, what happens? Okay. So the first 3 potions are just kind of junk. We'll have to throw them out, but after that it should be fine, I think. So it's going to use that netherwort up, and then it's going to send out the signal for our ingredients. Did I put anything else in here? Here, let's try to get redstone working too. So it should be golden carrot, redstone, and a netherwort is what it sends here. Yeah, golden carrot. No redstone? I might have been a little too slow on that. Okay, invisibility. Or no, that's night vision, right? Okay, so this time did it send the redstone? Yeah, I was just too slow last time when I selected it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, we'll lock it. It'll finish up that brew. I think it's working fine. Okay, well, there we go, everybody. That is our basic brewer, and I gotta say, I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. It's a fair bit more compact than the old one. Pretty fancy, pretty sleek. I don't think we really wasted any space or anything too much. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We can, of course, dress this up a bit more. Like, for example, if we wanted to add more space for blaze powder or something, we could just add a barrel on here, I'm pretty sure. I like to add at least a double chest for the empty bottles, and I find that lasts for quite a while then. But just the dropper alone isn't usually enough, I find. So fill this up with bottles is good. We could add a shut-off switch. So let's say this started to back up this hopper here. Then we would want to probably lock this hopper with that signal so that it would stop brewing if there's no more space left in the chest. Otherwise, your brew will kind of get messed up a little bit on the next, like the final one it does, I think. All right, well, in hopes of keeping this episode maybe a bit shorter, I decided to design the Shulker loader off camera. We'll just take a quick look at it in case you want to copy it. And there's other designs out there too I'm sure you could use instead. The big thing here is this is in subtract mode. This is at 2. This is a dispenser, not a dropper. This is missing one item out of the barrel. It's going to be full stacks there. And we'll just do a quick little walk around here in case you're trying to copy it. Hopefully you can see everything. Very good stuff. This is just the item elevator here. So whenever the shulker box full of potions ends up in the bottom, then it gets shot to the top here. And nothing should get stuck in the system, I don't think. And then I load in the empty shulker boxes here. Filled up ones with the potions will end up in this. And then we got our backup ingredients at the top here, just as an extra little nice thing. And empty shulker will go here. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to start covering this. Okay, just doing some shaping down here, trying to figure out how it's going to look. This is not like the final texture, like the way it's going to look. We'll probably make it gold like we did the mail system or something like that, right? But I'm just trying to get a feel for things right now. This is about to go, by the way. See if it works. Ah, perfect. Did it go in here? There it is. Oh, snappers. That's so cool. It took an empty one out of there. Awesome, awesome. So I think our staircase to get down is going to be probably around here, actually. I'm going to cut this down. Maybe have some kind of balcony so you can look down at it from here. Like a railing or something around here. I don't know. Figuring things out. But I do like how this looks a lot more, having a bit more height to it. Let's move on here, though, for this episode. We got some other stuff I want to do. The big thing, this is huge. Okay, this is actually quite urgent and exciting. There is apparently a sale going on at the food store. XP is selling... What is this? There's a trap. What? I fell in the little glass hole that you can't see. Yeah, he's selling golden carrots. They were 3 diamonds a pop. Apparently they're 1 diamond a pop now, and that is huge. Like, I think 2 is the fair price. Yeah, look at this. Sale includes golden carrots while supplies last. So if they're gone, they're gone. Oh, nobody got him yet. Oh, this is so good. I'm filling up, everybody. I had to move my cow farm recently for Cub. He needed the space, and I didn't rebuild it. And I'm just about out of food. So this could have come at a better time. Should we leave some for the other hermits? Nah, they should have got here sooner. These are all mine, all mine. Let's find out, everybody. Did Mumbo restock the gold? It's my dream not to make a gold farm this season. Oh, he did! Yes! Oh, but he upped the price from 1 diamond to 4. That's a good call, actually, Mumbo. I think I'm gonna buy them all still. We got one more shop we need to check out here. How did Shady E Rockets do since we set it up? Have we made any sales? It didn't get confiscated by the Popo, it looks like, so that's all good. It's still here. I wasn't sure if something was going to happen to it. Did we make any sales? Let's check out the solo rockets first. Okay, yeah, we sold 9 single stacks. That's not bad. And the big one here, the boxes, 22 diamonds each. They're all gone. Oh, wow. Okay, I knew we sold a couple, but I wasn't sure if we sold them all. Now we got to get that sugarcane farm going ASAP because we don't have any stock anymore. I'm having a bit of a crisis here, everybody. A YouTuber moment. You know, this happens every once in a while. It hasn't happened to me in a long time, but I know I recorded myself making the sugarcane farm. I just built this giant sugarcane farm, and there's not a single clip of it. And I don't know, like, what happened to it? Did I not press record? Did it get corrupted as it was recording? Did I delete it somehow? It's just gone. And the crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure I did multiple clips and stuff, so you would think something would have survived. I think I might have deleted it somehow, and I don't know. I don't think my hard drive's full or anything. It's just gone. Anyways, I was going to do a montage of us building it. I'm just going to show it to you instead. Yeah, so down in our moss pit here, we set up some sugarcane farms. One big giant one, so all along the side here. I thought this would look a little bit cooler than having just like stone and granite in the wall. We have now a little bit of decoration. Again, I don't really want to get crazy with decorating down here, but just a little bit helps. And we got these 3 layers of sugarcane on each side. So top layer, mid layer, and then a bottom layer down here. Guess which I built last. They're still aging right now. I haven't like fully settled on how I want it to look, what color I want it to be and all that just yet. But then we have a minecart that passes underneath all the sugarcane and then crosses over to the other side down this rail. And yeah, again, we got it mirrored right over here. So it's producing quite a bit, actually. It's pretty good. I guess the easiest way to show you how this works is just go in free cam here. So the sugarcane grows. That makes the observer updates. And then it just powers either a power rail or an activator rail. We got them staggered. And that makes the piston butt update. So only one piston extends, not like the full row or anything like that. I can't stand... Oh, those sugarcane farms where the full row extends, it drives me nuts. I don't have a good reason why, it just does. And then we got water to keep the plants alive, and then below that is the minecart that passes by to pick up any sugarcane on the ground. I gotta start cleaning this out and start making some fireworks here. When I originally made this moss farm, I had no intention whatsoever of making it look nice, but then I kind of liked it afterwards, like this whole bone meal falling effect. And just like standing around here is kind of nice. So I want to put a little bit of effort into making it look finished, make it look nice. We're not going to go crazy detailed. We don't even have the space to do it. Like, we can't really go super fancy with this whatsoever. But a little bit will go a long ways, I think. Like, just, we're going to cover this up, for example. Yeah, we can get rid of that glass block there. We're going to do little things like this just to make it feel more finished. And make me want to spend more time down here. Because we'll probably be adding more farms in this area as well. Okay, so we're going to do that. I want to try... I think there's water behind there and there, but I want to try sneak in some frog lights here. These 3, I think, are for sure safe. Yeah, we want, like, frog lights here. We're going to have to do a quick break-in-place situation here. Oh, I got it. Not too bad. Not too bad. I still got it, everybody. Oh, snap. My reflexes aren't that bad. Okay. And I want glass in front. And then we'll build this out. We got to make sure we don't block the bone meal falling down. Otherwise, I would make this stick out, probably. I don't want those blocks. All right. We got them. We got them. And then we're going to probably do the staircase thing here as well. Just to smooth this out a bit. And then I want to put trap doors on that. Where'd they go? Oopsies. Yeah, let's put these over the obsidian. Like so. And again, we'll do stairs on top of this. And then we'll probably not go for this blue color. It's either going to be... Oh, those are wax. I think we're going to go for that color or the one before it, like that. I'm not decided yet. Uh-huh. And then the other big thing we want to do is we want to make this a bit fancier. Like, I want to put railing all along the side here. And I think we want to use like full copper blocks on the edges. Would look better than the grading. So we're going to rip all this out. And like do this on the sides kind of thing. Yeah, that makes it feel a lot more proper, a lot more solid, I would say. Uh-huh. Do it on both sides. So all the way along, we're going to do that. And the other big thing I want to try is like putting some pillars in here too. Where would those go? Maybe we'll make them connect to like around here. So I want to run tough blocks like all the way from the ground up. This might look a little strange because I'm doing like skinny pillars because we only have space for 1x1 really. Unless I put walls next to on the sides of these, it might beef them up a bit. But I want to make it look like the pathway here is connecting to something, right? All right, everybody, well, check it out. It is not done, but it's getting there. Still a little bit rough. Still working out a few things with it, but we got the main shape kind of worked out and what we want to do here. So yeah, I think I like having the pillars and stuff. I tried connecting them together and like supporting the platform above somehow. I think that's a good idea. I tried doing a double beam like this. I like how that looks. I just don't know if it makes any sense structurally, right? So I don't know if that's really the way to go. I also tried like trying to connect the pillars together this way. I feel like they should somehow. I like put slabs underneath there. I don't really like that though, so I'll try something else. What else did we do? We got stairs in here. These I'm probably gonna rip out because I find they just block too much of the path, right? Maybe just have a pillar with a ladder on, or maybe we put a elevator at the end would be cool. Because I do also want to maybe put some tree farms down here, like mine out a bunch more here and build some other big stuff. Yeah, copper's still aging, still got to color things the way we want. And of course, we don't really have any details in here. This is like phase 2 of building. Like first is this like main structural stuff. Then you get a little bit more detailed with trapdoors and all that stuff. But we're still missing like the life-giving stuff to the build. Like, for example, maybe we have moss that's spilled out in places on the path in areas. Maybe we have control panels and safety signs, chains, lights, you know, all that stuff is missing right now, and that's really what would bring this to the next level. Maybe some overhead crane would be cool. Maybe sniffers, managers of the moss farm, the moss managers. I don't know. We need stuff like that in here, and we don't really have any of it right now. So I might add more to this when I am running the farm sometime, but I think we've done enough for today. The episode's getting kind of long. We're gonna wrap it up now. Whoa, wait a second. When I said we're ending it now, I meant of course, after the Ravager Rush updates. You're gonna stay and watch it, right? You want to know what's going on with Ravager Rush? You better stay and watch it. I put a lot of work into this game, everybody. The permits, they only help the hermits. Some false propaganda going on here. I tell you what, we don't want any part of this. Let's get rid of this garbage. Okay, yeah, how did we do? Well, got a lot of hermits playing again for the second month here for October. Good to see. Congrats to Cub, who got the win. It was a very close at the end. Joel and Jev very, very close to Cub here. But Cub got it, which is cool. Congrats to him. I added a little area down here for like the winners each month. Okay, so for this month, it looks like it got played 15 times with keys, and this is the important one, 2 stacks and 20 diamonds. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Definitely didn't get played as much this month, but still not bad. And I also heard Cleo spent some money at the shop here. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. What? Did she buy multiples kinds? Oh yeah, there's 27 in there. 70 in there. Yeah, okay, well, we sold some frog lights just at the shop too, so that's pretty cool. So the good news is I don't think we really need to change anything this month with the game. It's working pretty much exactly the way I want. Like the way I want it to be for the world download. I could mess around and maybe add a phantom in here to try that out, to make it challenging. You know, little gimmicky things like that. But overall, I think that'll just detract from the game, and I just kind of want to keep it the way it is. I did find a couple little small issues. When I was testing, like, during the middle of the month, I realized, like, you know, you can go on this lily pad, and then you can go to this one, and you don't have to worry about falling in the water, because you can just stand on them, right? So what you can do is just, like, wait for the Ravager to go by here. You hop on the lily pad, you wait for him to go by in the next lane, and then you're safe to go on this one, and you can just like stand and wait for the Ravagers to go by, and then these two go together going to the right, like 3rd lane and 4th lane both go to the right. So once they go by, you just go there, and then you can get a great view of them coming from the 5th lane towards you. So you either follow them if you need to, or you just cut across if it's safe. And I found it was almost like a strategy that worked every time, and you could always take the same path. So I want to stop that from happening. If if anyone ever found it, you know? So I'm just going to remove one of the lily pads. I think having one lily pad at the start is fine, but having 2 in a row like that was a little bit overpowered, actually. So we'll cut that out. I also noticed a lot of the hermits are going behind the bamboo here, which I think he can still hit me. Oh, he can't. He can get me here? Yeah. So this is like a safe spot. I think I need to get rid of this. Because also, when they go behind the bamboo, it breaks the Ravager line of sight, which probably isn't a good thing either. Oh, I killed all the water. No! No! What have I done? My berries. So as far as I know, there is only 1 bug left in our game here. I've spent so much time squashing bugs. Like, there were over 20 at one point, I think. But we're down to 1 that I know of, and it's the jukebox. So the way our jukebox system works is we hold the record in here for the game. And when we start the game, we send this a pulse from this way. And it shoots it into the jukebox here. The hopper puts it in. And then we have a hopper underneath it, so when the song ends, it'll automatically pull it out of there, put it back in the dropper, and then if this is extended, if the game's running and this is extended, then it can keep looping. Now, the problem is, if somebody ends the game and they start another one before it finishes playing, it will go in like an endless loop, even if they select the note block music instead. So what I need is a way to pull the record out of there like when the game ends, as well as having it loop automatically. Okay, so this is powered, which means the activator rail is powered and the hopper minecart is disabled. It's not trying to pull the record out of there. So if the record is in there, it should keep playing. And then when the game ends, this wire goes off, right? And that turns this torch on. And that'll pull it out automatically. And then it should go up the elevator here to the top. Ready to go. Okay, perfect. Oh boy. Okay, I knew it was going to be a bit of time between that clip and this episode, but still a full month, a little longer than expected with the life series going on and stuff. Been a bit busy, of course. But yeah, we got the 3rd season done with. Joel's the winner. Congrats to Joel with 188. New top score by quite a bit, actually. It was a really good back and forth between Joel and Cub. They were kind of trading first place for a while there, and Cub ended up with 164. Also a very good score. That's kind of like the upper bound of what I thought would be possible. So that's cool to see. And then Jevin, Pearl on the board. Scar, of course, always on the board. And then even Doc played this month, which was pretty cool. But you can see a lot more blank spots this month. The game is getting a little bit old. So Keys, we got 28 runs from Keys this time. And still a good amount of like just diamond runs. Like this is a diamond farm for sure. In this season of Hermitcraft, Azuma's been doing something pretty cool actually with his like trophy shop here. So, you know, we got the permits. Every hermit has permits for the shops they're allowed to open. And then Azuma went all out on making trophies this season. And he's got a way here where you can order trophies whenever your shop is doing well. Like based on how many diamonds you've generated at your shop, you can get a 100 diamond trophy, a 250, 500. 750 goes all the way up to 10,000. I don't think anyone's gotten 2,500 yet. I could be wrong about that. But we have passed the 1,000 mark with our Froglight shop. We're actually at about 1,500 now. So the way he's got it set up is you can order it through the mail. You send him a diamond block and then he sends you the trophy. So I did it. I got us a trophy for our Froglight shop. Look at this thing. Isn't that cool? And he's also got like a fun little competition in the back here where he's like tracking all shops combined, how many diamonds people have generated at their shops, and there's like a high scoreboard here. And we're actually getting up there, everybody. Look at this. We're getting close. I think it makes the most sense for us to put the trophy in our office here. Maybe just on the desk here is a good place. Make sure our customers know we are a great shop owner. 2. Fixed. Okay. Yeah, that worked. Well, everybody, that is going to have to do it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully your winter is not as cold as mine is. Because, boy, I'm sick of pushing snow. My feet got cold today. Oh, it's the worst. Okay, have a good one, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.